the time this comes out, I mean, of course, I think you've seen it at the beginning. It's gonna be like the portable, the wireless charger to your cell phone. It's gonna be like a flat device. It's not gonna be that bulky thing that came up in that image or in the head that we could see in that person's head. So healing is gonna be way more efficient. Healing from anything.
AI right now can look at your brain scan. They tell you to think about something, and the AI can look at your brain firing up and say, okay, well, he's thinking about his kids. Okay, he's thinking about a dog, and it can interpret those brain scans. The AI.
Wow, that's amazing. All right, hello guys. Welcome to another episode of Unidentified podcast. And today we have an update of the Neuralink and what's going on. So recently the FDA actually approved the human trialing, and we're going to present you a video on that. And then we're going to talk about that. And in between, we're going to show you a little something else I wanted you guys, to check out to be able to answer a question I have for the end of the video, okay? You ready, Ed?
Let's go.
Neuralink, Elon Musk's brain chip company, recently pushed back on claims that it violated animal welfare laws a few years ago while testing on monkeys. This year, the company plans to test on human subjects. But when it does, what would this major step mean for brain implant science?
Academics like me have conducted clinical trials in people with brain implants.
Dr. Paul Niajukian is a professor of bioengineering and neurosurgery. He directs the brain interfacing laboratory at Stanford.
For about 20 years now. Academic research brain implants, up until this point, more or less, have almost exclusively been with wires. The difference that the N1 has, that the Neuralink, it's fully implantable, it is battery powered, it is wireless. All of this is being done over Bluetooth protocol.
Let's dive into the science behind Neuralink to understand how exactly
200 to 300.
So with all those electrodes, how does a device like the N1 get implanted in a subject's brain?
Make no mistake, this is neurosurgery. It is not a joke. This requires cutting the skin, getting down to skull, drilling a hole in the skull, exposing what's called the dura, which is this protective layer of tissue that surrounds the brain, cutting the dura, folding it back to expose the brain, and then you get to the surface of the brain where you can implant the electrodes. The biggest risks with these types of techniques are infection, bleeding, and tissue damage.
So what would it take for the FDA to approve clinical trials in humans?
The Neuralink device are called class 3 medical devices. They are implantable and they're going into very sensitive body cavities. That is the highest level of scrutiny that the FDA assigns to medical devices. They don't have a predecessor. There's no previous example that's approved. And so, very appropriately, they got a high bar they have to cross in order to get it approved. So what Neuralink has to do next is prepare a very long and technical document with all the evidence.
You want to keep going?
Give it another sec just to finish the idea.
From animal studies that their device is safe and effective. This document is submitted to the FDA, who has 90 days to review and give them an answer. If the FDA says yes, then their clinical trial is approved and Neuralink can enroll and recruit human participants. We're on the cusp of a complete paradigm shift. This type of technology has the potential to transform our treatments, not just for stroke and paralysis and degenerative disease, motor degenerative diseases, but also for pretty much every other type of brain disease, from Parkinson's to epilepsy to dementias, Alzheimer's, and even psychiatric disease. Seeing Neuralink and the other companies in this space start an industry around neuroengineering, brain-machine interfaces, neuroprosthetics, has been a tremendous amount of validation for neuroscientists and engineers who've been working in this space for decades. How much happier could the scientific community be than to give birth to an industry?
So will this industry someday lead to the creation of cyborg humans with superhuman intelligence?
There's all sorts of wild speculation in our field.
All right, Nagayan.
Yeah.
What you thinking?
This of course, Einstein floats around in the sense that everything that has the potential to bring great good also has the potential to bring, to be weaponized, to be taken advantage of, to be put into use that in ways that are beneficial to a country or a generation.
Beneficial to the world, man.
To the world, yeah.
Wow. It's also, like you said, it could be dangerous, but this is amazing. The more I look into this, the more like scared, I'm afraid of like big changes like this, because of course it's gonna bring issues, it's gonna bring this and that, but it's life changing. I mean, not even life changing, it'll change, well, life itself, I would say, like in general. And this is Ed, I don't know if you know, but you are muted. It's life changing. I see this doing way better, like more good than bad. Okay. But I don't know if you notice what it requires, like the procedure to just get this done. So the first thing they do, of course, they're gonna check you out, make sure you're gonna be okay with all these things, your health, and you can support the actual surgery, right? But they're gonna make an incision in your skull, right, and the skin, right, of your head. Then drill a hole through your crane, like your skull, right? And after that, they're gonna cut that protective layer of your brain. After you cut that out, there's no going back. There's no, like, you put too much pressure into something, or you cut a little too much of something, and that's that right there.
But it's
not gonna look like that. This is just the trial version. Like when everybody gets it, it's gonna be like those cool cyberpunk looking gadgets on the side of your neck or something. Yeah.
And it will continue to change. But I'm not talking about that big metal piece. Yeah, that's not even my concern. I mean, my concern is like drilling a hole in your skull, cutting through that tissue that protects your brain, that layer. Once you cut through that, everything, like one bad move, I mean,
bro, you won't even have to cut through that. You won't even have to do that in the future.
But right now, it happens on a daily that neurosurgeons are actually having to incise into a brain, and this is the way they do it, and those are people doing it. So they have steady hands, and yes, something can go badly wrong, but at the same time, if there's something already growing in there, like a tumor or bleeding or whatever, it does more damage to leave it in than to actually remove it.
Well, I was gonna show it as a video, but I might as well just tell you, and if you guys are interested in watching it, we can pause and continue on that, right? But there's a few things, like, okay, so this, I can see this changing our life in this sense, right? You got a Neuralink, and that probably is going to scan your body for any sicknesses, right? Let's say beginning of, God forbid, cancer or something like that. I'm guessing that'll detect it right away and send like imprints of your scans, which, by the way, is an actual real thing. Okay, so that's on my notes. They're gonna be able to actually check out the scanning of the Neuralink, like what is finding, like read it out. It sends you like the information, like updates on your whole information, which is amazing as well. Now, one of the questions I have written down is like, since that is being done, you think they'd be able to like find a way to project like to actually like put out like your memories or something like that, just like on a TV, let's say, for example? You think that'll be possible?
It's gonna be difficult. I mean, for one to describe one's memories, that's one thing.
You won't have to describe it. You
exactly,
got the link right there and then.
Yeah, but that would then be, how do you print your own dreams? How do you print your own?
Okay. I'll tell you this.
We have the technology to do that.
not with a live human.
Yeah, we do. What are you talking about?
Do we? Last I seen is like you can see the last, I don't know how long, of somebody who has died.
Bro,
if you
the
wanted.
AI right now can look at your brain scan. They tell you to think about something, and the AI can look at your brain firing up. And say, okay, well, he's thinking about his kids. Okay, he's thinking about a dog, and it can interpret those.
Yeah.
The AI.
Wow, that's amazing.
That I
Well,
but
and
to actually translate from what you're thinking about into image or video or.
I don't. It can do images. It can tell what you're thinking about. Yeah, it can reach.
Okay, so how about this, Ed? I seen a video of these trial with the monkeys and stuff like that, and they can actually play like this video game, like simplistic video games, just from thinking about them, like 100% from their mind. They are controlling the video game.
Yeah.
Where are we going with that?
What do you mean?
Playing games in our head, with our minds, with our.
Well, I mean, you're looking at a screen, of course, for now, I guess.
This is going to give us the Matrix. Okay, this is where we're going. All right, we're going to have a Matrix.
Yeah. Now, with that being said, the other thing is like, how you know? I asked this from day one, right? The first time we even spoke about this about a year ago. How do you know when a thought is your thought and not a thought that was implanted? How would you know
The difference
between these things?
You know, well, most people walking around nowadays have a bunch of implanted thoughts that are not really their own, and then you ask them like, "Hey, why do you believe what you believe?" And then they say, well, you know," and then they get mad. See, they have implanted thoughts that are not really their own.
I agree.
Yeah, so I see no difference.
You see no difference. Okay. Well, these people will be like convinced 100% of whatever you type in that you want.
These people, they're convinced 100%.
Not in detail. Not in the same way. I kind of get what you.
Everything.
Okay. Nagai, you agree with this?
I mean, this is the same as what we have already discussed about the AI thingy, about it getting better, and the scammers will always be there, and the part where it can go wrong is always present.
Yeah,
and people will take advantage of it.
Okay, well, some amazing facts. Okay, I also came across this video, right, of this dude that I guess it's top secret. He didn't want people to know, whatever. I don't know how top secret it is. I'm just saying. But he was saying that he's part of a lab that's actually making human organs and stuff like that for replacements, right? I think we already knew that, right? But the amazing thing is that, like, he's saying that these things are actually already like alive, and they are like doing like trials with like stuff similar to like Neuralink and stuff like that. And they are programming these, like, let's say brains and stuff, like human parts, to actually do a aging regression. You know what I mean by that? So let's say they can make the brain age like 3 times as fast, and then they can bring it back to being like a younger brain and stuff like that. So when the brain is about to, like, let's say die, it makes it, you know, act and feel and be as active as a kid's brain again. That's something they're trying to implement into these chips or neurotechnology or whatever you want to call it. I think that's amazing. I don't know how you feel about that, but if you want, we can find the video if it's not necessary as cool. The other thing is that, well, Elon Musk was saying that by the time this comes out, I mean, of course, I think you've seen it at the beginning. It's gonna be like the portable, the wireless charger to your cell phone. It's gonna be like a flat device. It's not gonna be that bulky thing that came up in that image or in the head that we could see in that person's head. But it's gonna be a very flat device. It's gonna be charging wirelessly. It's gonna need to be charged. but it will be wirelessly. And what they are trying to do is trying to integrate the charger into like clothing, like hats and stuff like that, into, let's say, a pillow when you go to sleep and stuff like that. Which that's cool, is amazing. They're already thinking that far into it. What you guys think about that?
I think eventually we're gonna have like it can just use your body to charge. Eventually they're gonna get there. They're gonna
Yeah. But that's some cyberpunk shit right there. Like, oh, I just bought this hat that's gonna be charging me. I just got this coat that's gonna be charging my my Neuralink chip and stuff like that. I think that's amazing. And also, like the thing, like when you go to sleep, you charge yourself, which basically you already do, right? But you're charging also your Neuralink chip.
Yeah, I'm still, and this is one of the questions. I'm thinking about there's got to be some side effects to it. There's got to be something that's gotta be giving. I mean, the body or the human body is not made to.
So this is the thing. I already have these things written down. One of them is like, what if your body rejects it? Of course, we already know you can like take it out and this and that, but like you already went through all this trouble for this not to work. The other question is like, when you have your cell phone on your body, it's already known that these wavelengths, the signal, the waves, the frequencies, affects your body in a bad way, right? Causes many issues, and that is known. Imagine having a charger going directly to your brain. I mean, that's something, right? Like that's something to consider, in my opinion. And how we know that one of these chips is not gonna just like overheat or anything.
Angel, it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no issue.
It's just fair questions I have.
Yeah, that definitely. I mean, do you remember the time when I think the Samsung
phone was blowing up? Ask Ed about it. Ed bought one of them.
Yeah. You got the Tab, was it?
The Note. He had one of them.
And
I remember me and Ed talking about it. I don't know if it blew up. I don't know if he got scared and replaced it, but I know he ended up getting something else.
Oh, what?
So your Note 5, wasn't it? Note 5?
No, I got a Note 9. I still got it.
Yeah, but you had a Note 5 when they were blowing up.
No,
remember?
I had a Galaxy. I had a one of those big those real big Samsung phones. It wasn't a Note though.
Oh,
it was a Samsung Galaxy Mega. That's what it was. They don't make those anymore.
No, I haven't heard of it. But still, that back in the day, that those batteries were exploding in people's pockets, and
even the hoverboard is always
it was their fault though. It was their fault.
Absolutely.
Because they were using aftermarket chargers. They weren't using the official Samsung chargers.
But still, what if you buy clothing and it doesn't have the right the right charging type?
Yeah. Okay. So on top of this, right? This is amazing information, right? You know what's even more amazing? Okay. So this is what he said. He said, somebody asked him how much is gonna cost for this chip. How much you think it would cost?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I say about $5,000 for the whole procedure.
Okay.
For the whole procedure. The chip, I would say, Neuralink. It's the technology you're buying and the research and development behind it. So I think about $1,200 for that one. And the operation, it depends on where you get it, of course. Get it done. So between 500 and 2,000 mark.
Okay, so it's gonna be around 2,000 to 3,000 for, like, of course, the base models, the first models that come out, the base ones and stuff. Now he said there's gonna be other like models available. Of course,
I want the official joint. I want the Well, like that, the one that looks cool, like on the side of your head. Like you're gonna have a bolt sticking out of your head. You're gonna have the cheap one. I'm gonna have the joint that looks slick, where it's like on the side of your neck.
The one that lights up with LED lights and stuff. Okay, well that's amazing. I mean, even if it's $5,000, man, that's nothing. That is nothing for something that does what it says it will do, bro. That's nothing.
Class 3 medical aid.
I mean,
dementia, Alzheimer,
bro. Listen,
Parkinson's.
And it's supposed to communicate to with your body in a way that it tells it, like, oh, okay, you can't walk right now. The issue with your body is this, and it's supposed to send signals to actually have your body work on that part of your body. So healing is going to be way more efficient. Healing from anything.
Yeah, but remember, you're going to be scared of it, and if I were you, I would stay away from it and just leave it alone.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't want to be hacked.
The question is, would you use it? Would you implant it? Would you use? Would you take it?
So this is the thing. Like, that was my final question on this, right? So knowing all these things, I think I once told you one of my biggest fears is forgetting. And if God forbid, Dios líbrame, like, you know, like, I hope God never allows something like this to happen to me. But if I was to have like some Alzheimer's or something like that, and there was no way around it, then I think I will. But this is me being old and stuff like that, you know. I don't want nobody to control my actions or to control my body into doing some damage, because I'm still useful. I'm still strong and young. So that's something that comes to mind. But yeah, probably, man. Well, again, I'm saying this, but if it's true that your body, like, it can have you do a age regression, I don't know, man. But I don't want to be a zombie being used by anybody. I don't want to be somebody's possession. But that's pretty much it for me.
You it?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's pretty much it. I mean, I said everything I gotta say. I give Elon a couple more years, and we're here. We have AI buddies. We have them like right in our head. You know what I mean? They'll be right there.
Yo, Ed, and you bald. It'll look cool on you, man. You have your whole head light up. One sec.
I don't think I'm gonna deter as much as possible my own its use, but yeah, if everybody's on it, I think I'm gonna be stupid if I stay left behind.
Absolutely.
So,
and it's gonna allow you to learn way faster, to store. Okay, so how do you go about storage? Is your brain still storage?
How do you mean? Storage as in memories, or?
They said that they're gonna have read. Right now, it's read, but they're gonna also have write capabilities added later, so it can actually write information to your brain.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying, like to store, like let's say you want to download eventually, of course, a memory to your brain, like you want to, like the Matrix, you want to learn karate today. I'm guessing it'll only take a few hours to do that, because you don't want to overheat your brain, of course. But where do you store that, all that information?
I don't think that would even work. I don't think that would ever work. Because like learning like a martial art, like it's not just in your head. I think that information is spread out.
Muscle movement.
It's all throughout your body. You know what I mean?
Well, okay. I want to learn the whole book.
Okay.
Or watch a whole movie in seconds.
Okay.
What then? Where is that stored?
Wouldn't that be like a false memory? You could just say, just have me remember like I watched this movie, and then be like,
Yeah. But where do you store that? Like, enforcing that into your brain has to cause some type of effect.
No, your brain can hold a lot, man.
Yeah, but in second, all of this, you're gonna have to you're gonna question yourself. You're gonna second guess yourself. You're gonna be confused about the information that just came into your brain. No,
You're always going to be like that, even about the real information, right?
mm.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, maybe it'll be like organized in some sort of way. You'll be able to have files and stuff like right on like a computer. I don't know.
Yeah, but in order to have files like a computer, I'm guessing you would have to have a hard drive of some sort.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll be like you
maybe
need
like
more
Johnny
input.
Mnemonic. I don't know. You'll have some sort of hard drive in your head. I don't know.
Yeah, they're gonna have to put a freaking fan in your butthole or something, man.
They'll figure out.
These are great. Bro, this is crazy. Well, if you guys don't have anything else, I would get it. I wouldn't stay behind.
Yeah, you what?
I wouldn't stay behind because I'm afraid of not being able to defend myself against somebody who has such a big advantage on me. I gotta protect my family at all costs, I guess. So
5K, not 3K.
I'll get it a few years after Ed gets it, though, for sure. I'll try to hold on there.
I think but honestly, I think the real danger is when we have this and we have Matrix level technology. I think people being addicted to that and going into this virtual world and not living in the real world. I think that's the real issue.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what the same as that episode we made about the living in video games or in the metaverse.
Yeah, I'm thinking about people that are mentally not well, or that are gonna take this and just blow up half of San Francisco to say, because they have the capabilities to do so
in
now.
the virtual world. Get it out the system. But my thing, like you mentioned that in the guy, and I'm like, hold up, maybe if you had thoughts like that, maybe someone would know that you're thinking that and be able to stop you ahead of time. I don't know.
The Neuralink police department. And would that information then be able to be used by the government or how do you call that? Checking agency that you guys have, and I don't remember.
I guess that would be another issue, is that would be happening.
Privacy.
Privacy. You ain't got nothing to hide, do you? Okay then.
Let me see.
Everybody got something to hide, man.
It's like a fingerprint, but then worse, 10 times worse. Every thought is registered. Nah.
Okay, my last question, I almost forgot about this, but will this be a two-way street? Like, meaning, is there anything to this other than money for let's say Elon Musk? Any other earnings, or like, is he looking for a legacy? Is he looking for like domination? What is he getting out of doing all this?
Elon Musk.
Good question.
He already answered that question. Okay.
What was it?
People ask him that all the time. Like, why do you still work? Like he's worth, I think hundreds of billions of dollars. It's like, why are you still working? You don't have to work anymore, man. You can be set for life. And he says he's working to, I guess, to help humanity. That's what he's here for.
Okay.
He wants to make sure we get off planet Earth, and he wants to make sure that we can evolve right alongside AI. That's the whole Neuralink thing, and we don't get left behind there. We can compete. He's trying to help the world.
From his perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree from his perspective. But who is he to actually decide what's best for us?
I think he's the guy. He's the guy to do it.
He has the power in a certain sense, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. He does. And he's smart enough, and he has the drive to always be working and doing stuff.
Yeah.
Amazing.
He's a chosen one.
Okay.
I think we got through this topic pretty well.
Yeah, man. Well, this is another episode of Unidentified podcast. Thank you for watching.
We out.
See you in the next.
All right.
This Week in Tech.